Hey guys, it's that time again. We're here in the Velocity showroom, and this is our August showroom walk around. We do this probably once a quarter or so, give you guys a full look at everything we've got in the showroom, and we have some special things in the showroom right now, so I'm really excited for this video. We're going to shoot all the way around, look at every single vehicle we've got here, look at the interiors on some of them, give you the details on some of the special projects we're working on, as well as go through the inventory that we've got. And like I said, this is going to be a vlog style video, so we're just going to free shoot, we're just going to go around, have fun. Of course, if you've got any questions, as always, going through the video, make sure that you comment below. We're going to have timestamps for every single vehicle too, so you can jump through and see which ones you might be interested in. It's going to be a ton of fun. Aaron, let's start with giving the guys a quick sweep of the showroom, being careful to avoid the things behind you, which we'll come on to right at the end. Those are going to be kind of our highlights of some of the really new product we're working on. We've got a ton of stock here in the showroom at the moment, and of course it's August, it's summer, and so we always build multiple vehicles ready for stock in summer around this time, because when the sun comes out, everybody wants to buy something and they want to have it instantly, they want to have it straight away. I think we will start over in the corner and then work our way around. And hey, what better to start with than this amazing Midnight Red K5. This is such a cool truck. It's probably one of my favorite trucks we've ever built, honestly. It's for a very special customer. He hasn't announced this build yet, but we've been building it for a number of months for him. It is a custom build, and I don't want to say who it is yet, just in case. He's gonna probably announce it himself. So by the time this video comes out, you may or may not know who owns this truck, but they're a really cool person. They would be amazing to work with, and the truck has come out fantastically. It's a K5 Blazer with a full hardtop finished in midnight red. And what's really special about this truck that we've never done before on the K5 is the blackout package. So all of the details that would normally be chrome have gone black. So headlight surrounds, front bumper, the full grille. This grille was actually quite difficult to install. It's not our normal grille. It's not the standard K5 grille that's just been powder coated. It's a custom built grille, and it's just been dropped in there, but the fitment was very different. So there was a lot of effort that went in this truck, because it's not what we normally do. It was the first time we did a blackout package. One really cool detail that I love that the guys did on this truck is the Chevrolet logo. It has midnight red dropped into it. So this is actually painted in the bow tie, blacked out on the side. Really, really nice detail. I love it, I love it, I love it. Come around the side of the truck, check out those rims by Forge Line. Of course, it's a Velocity, so it features Forge Line rims. We've never used these rims before. They look mean, they look super aggressive, they are awesome. And then, I mean, let's just get on the inside. Before I do, actually, quickly, check out the billet stuff. Blacked out billet, side handles, blacked out side mirrors, door handles. All this stuff is so nice. Completely made in-house, but being blacked out to match. And then check out that interior. We've gone with a midnight red stitch, plaid, and of course it's all custom. So custom billet options, custom. Everything you see there you cannot buy on the shelf. It's just insane. The full center console, the door cards. Look at this kind of houndstooth material that the guys have dropped in there. Of course, billet. Just, this thing is insane. This truck is insane. Fully enclosed cabin too, so on the road, I've been out on test drives on this one. It's super quiet in there, super usable every day. Man, this is a mean truck. I love this truck, can't wait to tell you more about it. We'll do a full video, in-depth walk around at some point really soon, but amazing K5, finished in midnight red. We started with a Chevy, we're gonna jump straight back into the Fords. I'm gonna start with these two, which are both F100, so two-wheel drive, lowered trucks, single cab. And these two are actually really similar spec. They're both our Street Series F100s. The Street Series is the upgraded on the two-wheel drive stuff. So Mustang and F100s have Street Series, and then the rest of the trucks have Heritage Series for the four-wheel drive things. So these are Street Series, and what you're gonna see on those upgrades is the two-tone paint and all the billet options, and then an upgraded interior too. This truck is finished in a Brittany blue with a Wimbledon white, and then the one on your left is going to be a Seafoam green with a Wimbledon white. So they're really similar, just that paint color difference. Brittany blue obviously being our most popular color on our Broncos. It's by far and away the most popular color that we sell on the Broncos, and it's worked really well on this one, F100. And then the Seafoam is our newest really popular color. So we just started doing Seafoam, and we've sold a ton of Broncos now with that, especially with the White Ranger package on the Broncos. And so this Seafoam is kind of that, but on an F100, and it looks amazing. It's turned out great. We've got a dark brown interior, of course, billet side mirrors, billet door handles, Forge Line rims, and take a look at that interior. Unbelievable. just stunning. I love all the details. I love how the Wimbledon whites come into the cab. Amazing. Really, really nice. Plaid stitch in that one. Real street trucks. These things are absolutely a hoot to drive. They are super quick. 10-speed autos in both of these. The Gen 3, of course, the Coyote, because it's a Ford product. Really, really cool. Those are the two F100s we got in stock. They're ready to go home. They're the first couple of F100s we've actually had in stock for a while. We were building a grey one that I was meant to be putting in the showroom, and of course 2 weeks before it was due to be complete, and so I'd actually have some time with it. Somebody bought it, and it's always the same way. So rare thing to have both of these here ready to go. Perfect summer trucks, really, really cool. Let's move on to the race trucks, the four-wheel drive stuff. And for those of you who are keen on the eye, you will notice that this Maroon truck is different to these two. And so yes, you are correct. If you're a Ford guru, you know this is a Dent side versus these two, which are bump sides. The Dent sides are later in the 70s, the bump sides are earlier. And so this Dent side is actually not available for sale. It's a maroon finished truck for a customer. It was a custom build, really beautiful, beautiful maroon, this color. And the inside, we can't show you right now. We haven't done the full photo shoot. We don't want to reveal too much yet, but has a really nice black and maroon stitch inside there. So really nice. It doesn't have any of our billet features, this truck. It's very OEM looking. It doesn't have the two-tone paint. It doesn't have the cab lights, the truck lights. And so it's kind of a bit more sleeper, honestly, but it's come out amazingly well. Really, really nice truck, and we know the customer is super excited to get it. So that's a Dent side. Aaron, if you come quickly here, I'll try and show the guys what I mean by Dent side and bump side for those who don't know. It's to do with the trim at the back along the sides of the vehicle. So this is a bump side, trim's on a bump, and this is a Dent side, and the trim goes into a dent. So Dent side, bump side, those are the differences. Coming on to the first bump side then, and this is Wind Blue, gorgeous truck. We've done a full video on it already. You may have already watched that. If you haven't, check it out. It's on our YouTube channel. We go through everything on the truck, the interior too. But it's a Heritage Series F250 bump side from Velocity. So all of the billet stuff on this one, including the cab lights, which are like the most popular thing people ask us to buy. We get asked probably 2 times, 3 times a day, hey, can I buy your billet cab lights for my truck? And of course, the answer is at the moment no. Unfortunately, they're only going on our vehicles. Heritage, so it's got 2-tone paint, the billet on the outside, an amazing blue interior in there that you can see on the other video. The Wimbledon white wheels, Wimbledon white bumper, Wimbledon white lower. Really, really good looking truck. And then next to it is something that is basically just come off the production line. We drove it in here actually just for this video. It's another F250, but this one's finished in what we call Pickle spec. That's what the guys in the shop call it. We've done a few of these vehicles now in this colorway. So darker green on top, lighter green on the bottom. And honestly, it looks great. It's so unique. It's so classic looking. Even the wheels are in that kind of pickle green color that you'll see in a second as Aaron comes around. But just gorgeous thing, gorgeous, gorgeous thing. And then check out the interior in this one. We've got it open for you so you can see. This one doesn't have a plaid stitch. It actually has a full weaved interior. And it's just insane. That green comes all the way into the cabin. Absolutely awesome. Into the dash, all matching. I mean, it's stunning. Let's be real, it's just such a gorgeous truck. Of course, on these F250s, because they're four-wheel drive, because they're heritage, they all have a full Roadster-Shop chassis. So full falling coilover chassis, brand new, underneath all these F-Series trucks, F250s and the F100s, and then also, of course, on the K5. And we're going to go back to Chevrolet now, and we're going to talk through these 3 K5s, starting with this one, which is another green vehicle, but this one's finished in olive green. So an olive green Signature Series K5 from Velocity. It's a metallic green. It's really, really nice color. This one was super popular on Instagram. It got like 10, 15,000 likes on Instagram. Went really viral. We got loads of messages about this truck. It just came out insane. It's such a good looking color. It's a deep metallic fleck. And then if you come around the side here, Aaron, I'll show the guys the differences. I think it's important to talk about the Signature versus the Heritage, and we got 2 of them here. This is a Signature, the next one is a Heritage. So things you're gonna see on the Signature are gonna be things that look more OEM. So OEM side mirrors, OEM door handles, the bullet style rims that look just a bit more original. They don't really have that vintage look of the other truck with the Heritage and the Steelies. And you're going to see some different colorways and different trim types, which we'll talk about in a second, and also a more dialed down interior. The trim on this truck is the lower trim, finished in this black insert, so chrome and black insert, kind of to match the tires and to match the roll cage. You got a few colors going on in this truck, but mainly black, green, and silver, or the chrome. And so that's the lower trim that we do on the K5s, and you'll notice there's no paint difference, right? So you've just got the same one tone all the way through, just with the trim to break it up again. Inside, we did a chocolate leather on this one. And so again, the Signature Series interiors are just going to look a bit more OEM. They're going to be kind of a bit more understated, a bit more original. But this chocolate brown leather just turned out insane. Really, really nice truck. And again, falling coilover chassis, obviously on the Chevy product. And the Chevy product features the LT1, so the GM crate engine. LT1 with a 10L80, that's the 10-speed. So Signature Series in olive green, full safari top, of course, on all the K5s. Let's take a look around then. If that's the Signature, what's the Heritage? This medium blue is the Heritage. This is the upgraded package from us. Of course, immediately you're going to notice the aesthetic details, the billet stuff, the two-tone paint. This one has the middle trim, so upper blue, middle in the white, lower in the blue. So it gives it that split trim, a really classic look for these K5s, a very, very retro look. The white steelies underneath, really, really nice. And then, yeah, the billet stuff is just so nice on these trucks. Side mirrors, door handles, all the way through. And then just check out this interior. It is just sublime. So upgraded, you'll notice the difference straight away. You've got plaid, you've got carpet, you've got a full custom center console. Your power window controls are going to be in the center console. You've got a wireless charging pad at the front on all these Heritages. The wood trim has come inside the cabin too. The carpet, even on the door cards, has been matched by the guys in interior, so it all flows really nicely. All this custom billet stuff. This is what Heritage is all about for us. These upgraded versions, these Heritage Streets, it's about us showing the capability from a research and development perspective that we have in-house, making unique things, making upgraded things. Speaking of upgraded, you also get a Focal sound system. All of our vehicles feature Focal sound systems, but the upgraded versions sometimes will feature a FLAC system, which is an even better version of the Focal sound system. Is amazing. It's featured in the Mustang that we'll show you here shortly too. Insane finish, insane level of detail on these Heritage K5s. I love them so much. So this one's ready to go home. We do have somebody talking to us right now, so by the time this video comes out, this one may have already been deposited on. Who knows? Let's check out another Signature in the final K5 in the lineup, and that is this War Bonnet K5. You heard that correctly. It's called War Bonnet. It's a classic GM color. It's yellow. It's like a dark yellow, but it is a metallic. And then the lower trim on this one is a different trim again to the ones we've seen. It's the what we call over arch or over wheel trim. So the trim goes up over the wheel arches and along with a lower white paint on this one. So Signature Series, black interior, really nice truck. This has been super popular online too. Just a really classic looking vehicle. I love this K5. The color is really, really nice. We talked about trucks so far, and actually one of only two cars, and actually the only one I can talk about that we have in the showroom right now is this Acapulco Blue Mustang. A gorgeous thing. We have full walk around video of it on the YouTube and on the website already. It's a 6-speed manual, of course, the Coyote under the hood, and it has racing stripes. The Acapulco Blue is such an iconic color. It just looks insane. Videos never do these colors justice, but here in person, this car is stunning. Chrome accents, chrome elements, is a Signature Series. It just looks fantastic. Stripes go all the way along the hood, up on the roof, down over the trunk. Thing is gorgeous. Black interior, it's all actually wrapped up, ready to go, so we won't show you too much of that one because it's got all the seat covers on it, but insane black leather interior in there too. Man, it's just stunning, this car. Yeah, one of the only Mustangs we actually have in stock right now here in the facility in Pensacola. We do have a couple of others that are out. I think one's up in New York right now and one's in LA. So we've got a couple of other options, but this is the one that we've got here right now. They have been so popular, these Mustangs, especially by people that already own our vehicles. If you've already got a Bronco and then they decide that they also want the Mustang too, it kind of is a real natural progression in velocity ownership, and they're just such fun to drive. What can you do any differently than a 6-speed manual with 460 horsepower in this coupe setup? Just so much fun. I love the Mustangs. Coming back onto trucks then, and we'll finish with the remaining stock that we've got available. Everything that you've seen so far, bar the red K5 that we've started with and the maroon F250, the Dent side, is available for sale. They're on the website. These are the last ones of our new stock that we have available for sale that are on the website, and these are our Broncos. And actually, we normally at this time of year have even more Broncos available in the showroom because, of course, again, the sun comes out, everybody wants an open-top vehicle, and hey, what's more iconic than a classic Ford Bronco to go to the beach in and go and do that sort of stuff? We'll start with this first one here. which is an Anvil Grey, a really classic color, a really popular color, of course. It's a flat paint. It's called Anvil Grey, but it looks more like a grey blue, and it's got a hickory interior. And actually, most of these trucks here have hickory interiors, but really, really classic color. This is a good example of basically our base package of a Bronco. So this is 249-900, has the 4-point cage, it has the powered steps, power windows, has sway bars underneath it, full Focal sound system, Bluetooth, all that good stuff. But there's no options on this truck. And actually most people that buy our Broncos don't really add too many options because we provide so much in terms of that base price already. So Anvil Grey, take a quick note on these headlights. So these are JW Speaker LED headlights, and this is what we've used for a long time. But again, for the keen-eyed, you may have already noticed on some of the other vehicles, we started doing a second option, which is these Holley Retro Bright LEDs. So these look like an old halogen-style lamp, but they're actually LEDs behind, super durable too. And that's what's featured on this Santorini Black Bronco. Santorini Black, one of my favorite colors. It is a Jaguar Land Rover color. Yes, I imported it when I came over here. It came with me. We've done a number of these trucks now. It's been a really popular color. It's the color of my Jaguar back home. I love it. From a black perspective, I don't really know if there's any better black that I like in paint finish. It's just insane. The metallic is almost like a rainbow pop. So again, you maybe aren't going to see it on the video, but when this thing especially is out in the sun, it has such a deep metallic fleck and flake in it that it just really comes alive. I love it. It just gives an extra depth to what otherwise is obviously a kind of pretty neutral black color. So really nice. This Santorini Black also has a hickory interior and it's got a 6-point cage. Let's have a look at the interior on this one real quick, Aaron. Come over this side here. The window's open so you can lean in. Yeah, just stunning. Floor mats in there. Check that out. Absolutely amazing. Also finished in hickory. It's a marine grade vinyl. That's what is featured on most of our Broncos. Why? Because it feels like leather, it looks like leather, and honestly, it lasts almost better than leather, especially here in Florida, where it's going to get a lot of sun, a lot of moisture, a lot of dampness going from hot to cold to wet to dry. The marine grade vinyl is what it sounds like. It's designed for being on boats. So it just lasts really, really well. Looks great too. Let's come on to the next one in the series, and that's going to be this Boxwood green Bronco. Very similar spec, honestly, to the Anvil Grey. It's got a slightly different stitch pattern inside. It's got a classic stitch rather than a double diamond. But again, 4-point cage, really standard setup for us. Boxwood green, incredibly popular green. Really nice truck. Again, that one's listed at $249. Really, really nice spec. Final one, which is a bit more unique, is this Aventurine green. These colors, Anvil Grey that doesn't really look grey, Aventurine green that isn't really green. This one almost looks more grey. It's a Porsche color. It's a metallic, super deep fleck. Again, really popular truck. This one just came back from our facility in LA. It's been with the media. It's been on test drives. It's got a load of options on it. It's got a billet package on the outside, billet package on the inside. This paint is insane. 6-point roll cage. Really, really nice truck. This one is for somebody that's maybe likes more European stuff, I would say. Like this would just look great against a GT3 RS or a GT2 if you're a Porsche person, or just it has that kind of more European look to it, dare I say, even though obviously it's an American classic, but just with that paint color and some of the other options, it just looks a bit more modernized. Aventurine green, stunning thing, Bronco. So all of these are the Broncos that we've got available, and there's a couple more that aren't in the showroom because they're out in our LA location or New York that are available too on the website. I think that is about it for the stock that we have that is new. I don't think I've missed anything. So what we're going to come on to now is the used vehicles. We're going to go through the used inventory that we've got and then also talk about those quick special projects. What we're going to do though quickly so I can take a break is I'm going to have a quick drink. So we're going to do like a jump cut. We're going to go bang and then we're just going to come straight back. Rehydrated, right, let's carry on. We're gonna go through now the used stuff that we've got. So what a lot of people don't know is that we take trade-ins. We take trade-ins of everything. It doesn't actually have to be a classic vehicle. If we'd shot this video last month, there would have been all sorts of modern stuff in here. We've had Aston Martins come through, we've had McLarens come through, quite a few Porsches. We just talked about Porsches over there, but we've had a number of Porsches come through, and all sorts of stuff. At the moment, though, we've got a load of original vehicles and actually one used Velocity Bronco, which we'll start with. This vehicle is a certified pre-owned Velocity. It was a truck that we built a few years ago for the customer, traded it in against another build from us, so they have another Bronco from us already, and this one is going to be on our CPO program. It's finished in Anvil Grey, but with the Ranger package, so the stripes, the different style wheels, different interior, really, really nice finish. Certified pre-owned basically means that we've had the truck back here, we've gone over the whole thing, and we're offering it still with a 1-year warranty. So this is a certified pre-owned Bronco, finished in the Ranger package, 6-point cage with a cage white to match. Really nice looking thing. One unique feature actually about this Bronco is I think it's the only one that we've got right now that has the uncut style of rear fender flare. So there's 2 options, and the most popular option by a long way is going to be the molded flare, and that's where the front and the rear arch are lifted and molded up. They're higher, they're raised. The uncut style, which this features, is a little less popular, but it worked really well on this Ranger because it's a kind of heritage classic looking deal. So really nice uncut truck, Anvil Grey Ranger package Bronco, certified pre-owned. What we've got next, we'll stick in the Bronco theme before we go on to some of the other stuff, is 2 examples of the 2 or 3 different tiers that you can do when you're looking at purchasing a Bronco. And we'll start with this. This is a hardtop truck finished in this kind of custom cool gray. This is a great example of a very lightly restored and lightly modified original Bronco. So this is the sort of thing that you can get into for between $85,000 and $100,000. I think we've got this one listed at $1,995 right now. It's got a 302 in it. Under the hood, I think it's either got a MSD system or an Edelbrock system. So it's got some minor modifications to the driveline, but it's original metal. It's not been, fully redone. It's not been remanufactured. You've got fiberglass fender flares. The bodywork on this truck is actually quite nice. The hardtop is in really good shape, and actually the interior is it's just dialed down. You can see more pictures on the website. Just a black cloth interior. It's a manual, so some people really like manuals, and I don't think this one will stick around for long, just because it is the manual with the 302 and with the hardtop. This would be the perfect truck if you've got a 2nd or 3rd home and you want something, maybe it's up in the mountains or a ranch or somewhere, you want something that you're not always going to drive all the time, but you might drive it for a few weeks out of the year just to leave it there and use it when you need it. It's a really nice truck, but it's definitely a different price point, obviously, to what we build. It doesn't have an upgraded chassis or any upgraded suspension underneath it. There's a whole video I've done on the website about original 302 versus the Coyote. This is just a good example of like your entry-level kind of minor restoration. And then the next truck here, which is this kind of, it's like a light space gray metallic truck, was actually built by, you can say, a competitor of ours. We don't really like to use the word competitor because everybody kind of knows each other, and there's definitely enough room for everybody to play. So we never try and be negative about other people. This vehicle was built by Classic 4 Broncos, and it's actually been done really well by Brian and his team. 302 underneath the hood, but it's got a different system on it, and it runs really well. It's been rebuilt, and it's been finished immaculately well, actually. The paint work on this truck is really, really nice. This is a good example of something that you could get into for that kind of 150 to 170 range. So it's a non-Coyote, but it has had what maybe you would call a rotisserie or frame-off restoration, a full restoration by the guys at Classic. It's got some black rims, it's got a really nice offset, and actually a really unique interior that you can check out on the website, like a blue leather with a houndstooth insert. Really cool. I've been out and driven this truck. Again, obviously it doesn't drive like a $250,000 Velocity Bronco. It doesn't have all of the upgrades that we would do, but it's not at that price point. It's between a Velocity and this, right? It is going to be more daily drivable than this would be, but it's still not going to be like a Gen 3 Coyote. But honestly, this is a really nice truck. I think it's priced at $155 on the website. This is really good for somebody that's just trying to get into the entry level of a resto mod, maybe run this around for a year and enjoy it, and then trade it back in and do something again. And actually, that is exactly where this truck came from. So this customer had this truck, had used it for a while, and then just traded it in against one of our full Coyote builds. So this is a cool thing. Let's move on to the non-Bronco stuff, and we've got 2 vehicles here that I want to talk about. The first is this F350 Julie. This was traded in along with the red, it's a C10 K10 that we'll get onto in a second, by the same customer. This customer has had a load of vehicles from us, numerous Velocity vehicles in his garage. He's a great customer of ours, and this was one of his two or three trade-ins over the past few months that he's done. F350 finished in this kind of mint color. This is actually a really clean truck. Really, really nice thing. And then my favorite thing is this wooden bed. Solid as a rock. There's some money that's been put into all of this to keep it this way and to have it look like this. Lock boxes on either side. It's really clean. The underside obviously is showing some signs of age just because it's not a full frame-off restoration or anything. It's just been made to look like that. It's in good condition. It actually turns over and runs really nicely. It drives well. So really nice truck. This is super unique. It's something that you can get. I think we got it listed at like $35,000, $40,000 if you were a business owner. That's kind of what I'm thinking. If you sell like, if you got a drinks brand or I don't know, something to do where you could like throw stuff in the back of the truck and use it as a marketing thing, this is what that would be. It's just such a cool, unique truck. And of course, when it turned up in the showroom, when it turned up in the shop, sorry, when it was traded in, everybody wanted to come and see it just because it's so striking. Really unique. F350 dually, it's got original drive line in it, so it doesn't have any modernization really at all, but just a good example of a classic vehicle. Onto Chevrolet and C10. This is a C10, K10. I think it's got a C VIN number, but really it looks like a K10. Cool truck. This was a resto mod, but done by a much smaller builder local to the customer. So kind of a one-man band type shop. Nothing wrong with that, of course, just a slightly different level of quality and finish. This vehicle's listed, I think, on the website for about 110, 115, maybe slightly less. It does have an LS in it. I think it's the LS2, automatic transmission, finished in this red. It has been repainted. There's a couple of little things on here that you'd notice for the price point. Obviously, there's a big difference between something like this and a $300,000, $400,000 K-Series Chevrolet from us. But it's not a bad truck. It does fire up straight away. It's a nice paint finish, and it does have a new interior in it too. It's one of those drop-in interiors. It's just been bought online and dropped in, but it's not half bad. So this again is a good example of if you're a Chevrolet guy and you only want to spend that 100 around that 100 mark, and you want to get into something that does have a new engine in it, an upgraded engine. That's what this is, and it's also the only real red. We've got the Maroon and the Midnight Red, but it's the only real red vehicle we've got in stock right now. Couple of Broncos here. Normally, this whole section, more of the showroom, would be filled with customer trucks ready to ship. What we've done is, because we were shooting this video, we've pulled some of the customer trucks out and put them out there so we could get all of the other stock in. So normally we're shipping anywhere from sort of 8 to 15 vehicles a month, depending on the month and the time of year. So this is a constant moving process of bringing the vehicles out from safe storage in the showroom to get ready to go on the transporters. This one's about to go home to the customer. It's absolutely gorgeous. It's a Swatters blue Bronco, hard top. It's kind of got all the bells and whistles. This truck, customer didn't really spare any expense. Billet on the inside, billet on the outside. Really, really nice. And the interior is finished amazingly well. Take a look on the inside. Just a really kind of all-inclusive truck with the hard top. Definitely a daily driving velocity Bronco. Gen 3, 10-speed. Swatters blue is another really popular color of ours. It's a deep metallic blue, and it works so well, especially with that white hard top, chrome accents. Really nice truck. I can't wait for the customer to actually receive that one and see it in person. Right, let's talk about the final two things in the video, and that's going to be our special projects. We've got, let me take a step back. Everything you've seen here that has been new velocity has been built on our main assembly lines. And so what that means is we can build a truck in 14 to 18 weeks, depending on the model, which, if you know anything about the restoration industry, is just crazy. But it's done because we build these trucks in a repeated way, fixed specs, and it's predictable, right? We get all the parts ahead of time. However, Velocity originally, the original start of Velocity was building custom cars, building custom Broncos and other things. And so to carry on that heritage, once, 2, 3, 4 times a year, we build very custom trucks. And these are two examples of our custom projects. The only way you can get into a custom project with us is have already owned one of our vehicles. So you have to already own a truck from us to then work with us on these custom projects. Then we have to understand the scope of the project and if it's actually viable and if you frankly have the budget for it, because these become very expensive. They're not fixed price, but what they end up being is incredibly unique and incredibly high detail and quality. Let's start with the first one here, which is this K10. It hasn't finished yet. It's a square body K10, so slightly newer than the other stuff that we do. Completely custom build. Under the hood is an LT4, so not the LT1, but the supercharged LT4. This thing is insane. The interior's not in it yet. The guys have just finished the paintwork on it. The body lines on this truck are insane. Black, everything is perfect. It's gapped amazingly well. This thing's gonna be a beast. Square body K10 custom build, built for a very special customer. Really cool truck. Completely different chassis from Roadster Shop underneath this one too. Just so much stuff that I can't even begin to describe what's on this truck in terms of its customization. Can't wait to finish it and actually show you the full video on this one, but really stunning black K10, newer, the square body. Just It's a mean truck. It is a mean truck, this truck. It sounds great too. Goes like stink and sounds great, that K10. Coming on to the second project, and you probably have seen it. You can't really miss it. It maybe flashed out the corner of the screen before. Blue Scout 2. Let's start by giving you some context about why this is custom, because maybe some people that know our stuff are going to go, hey, Tom, I think you build Scouts already. No, you build Scouts on your assembly line. Well, we do, but the problem with the Scouts is that you cannot get new metal for them. And so most of everything you see in here, bar some of the pieces for the F250s, is actually built with all new licensed metal. You know, be it Ford or Chevrolet, we can get metal, we can get replacement metal for them. And so that's how, another reason we're able to build them in such a short timeline. Scouts, Scout 8800s and Scout 2s, there is no new metal currently available on the market. And so that means that every Scout project we have to do is actually a full restoration. So there's a lot more time in the body shop, a lot more time in the paint shop, getting these things right. So the Scouts are rare from us as before we even get onto custom, they're rare anyway. We only build about 2 or 3, 4 of them a year. I think this year we're building about 4 total. Next year, they're all already sold out. So if you do want a Scout, I think we've got 2 slots left in 2026, maybe. Don't quote me on that one, but basically they take us a long time to build. And then this is a custom Scout. So this is even more and above and beyond what our normal Scouts are like. Finished in this really lovely light blue. It's almost like the sky blue of the F250 we did before, but ever so slightly darker. And this thing is just gorgeous. Completely custom front nudge bar, bull bar, whatever you want to call it, built-in winch. Loads of custom stuff going on in this car. Can't wait to show you. It doesn't have its interior in yet, but Matt and the guys in our trim shop, just like all of our Heritage Series vehicles and our Street Series vehicles, have designed a very specific bespoke interior for this Scout 2 that nobody's ever seen before. Nobody's done. It's not on the market. It is going to be insane. It takes all of the kind of classic elements of Scout and drops it in with the modernization that we do. The interior is going to be fantastic. It has a blackout package that we don't normally do on these Scouts. Black wheels, obviously the black grille, black bumper, all the little details in black. This thing is just so mean. Full hardtop as well for a Scout. Most of our Scouts normally are the 6-point cage, but this one has the full hardtop over the top of it. Just very special truck. Really cool. Can't wait to go into detail when we complete this one and show you all the way around it. I love these custom builds. We don't do them very often. We don't do many of them, but when we do them, we just blow them out of the water, go crazy on them and make them super special. So they're all really exciting. Aaron, I think that's it. I think we covered everything. I hope that I answered everybody's questions before they had them asked. I hope we got into detail with stuff. As always, if you want to understand more about what we do or understand more specifics about one of the vehicles, that all or mostly all of them are on the website. Quite a lot of them do have a full walk around video with me already where we really go into detail and show you everything on the trucks. Not all of them do, but most of them do. If you've got any questions, give us an Instagram, send us an email, DM us, give us a phone call. All of that good stuff, you can get in contact with us. Put a comment down below. Like I said, hopefully we've got the timestamps underneath the video too. I'll have a link in the description to a couple of the vehicles maybe that we've got here, but definitely a link to the website too, so you can just click through there and go more on the showroom, see what we've got available. It's August, it's summer. This stock will not be here for long. It always gets busy this time of year for people just wanting to buy stuff and take it home. And so that's why we're doing this video, to show you, hey, if you're ready for your final bit of summer and you want to get a truck, you want to get a car, this is what we've got available. Thank you so much for watching. I love doing these videos. So much fun. I feel so lucky being able to look at these trucks and work on them and cars and do all this every day. It's fantastic. Thank you very much.